Hey, Jonathan, Blaze Barker is out of prison.
How did he escape?
Well, he didn't escape. He was paroled.
That's bad, Cyrus. Bad for us all. Paper says he's headed this way.
Yes, and you know what that means. You see, when this Blaze Barker was sent to the penitentiary, he swore that when he got out, he'd come back here and get everybody that had testified at the trial against him.
What are you so worried about? Barker's only one man.
Oh, yeah, I know, but you don't know him like we do. Why, if you'd have been around when he lived here, you could see that this is no joking matter.
But Barker's on parole. He won't be allowed to pack a 6-gun or get into any trouble. Isn't that right, Sheriff?
That's what the law says. Law or no law, Blaze Barker tried to get back at us. Why, there wasn't a man in this part of the country could beat him to the draw, or with him in any kind of a fight. I tell you, none of us are safe with him on the loose.
That's right, Jonathan. Now, look here, Sheriff. As mayor of Dead Falls, I demand that you arrest Blaze Barker on his arrival here. Put him in jail as an undesirable citizen.
Can't be done, Cyrus. I can't lock him up unless he breaks his parole in some way. Besides, prison changes men. Maybe he thinks differently now.
Well, I'm sorry. I won't be here to find out. I'm leaving town this afternoon on a business trip.
I'm afraid there's a lot of your friends who'll be doing the same thing, now that they know Barker's out on parole.
Oh, yes. Say, come to think of it, I have some important business in at the county seat. I'll see you down at the stage depot, Jonathan.
Jason, find Ben Slocum and tip him off. Then have your boys stop all incoming stages. I don't want Blaze Barker to arrive in Dead Falls.
You're the boss. I'm not afraid of this Blaze Barker, so I'll take care of him till you get back.
Why don't you try strapping that razor for a change, Angus?
And wear it out? Not me. I never waste a thing.
Except your breath. Ooh. Well, I'd rather grow a beard. Let me out of this chair.
Hey, just a minute, Mr. Slocum. Maybe this razor is a wee bit dull. My grandfather, Sandy Andy McTavish McTosh McAngus, is the one that taught me the value of $1 saved.
You can't blame your stinginess on your grandfather. You ain't fooling me.
What do you mean?
You're pinching pennies to meet the back taxes on that ranch you got stuck with when Blaze was sent to the pen. Say, I heard the other day the bank made you an offer. Now, why don't you be smart for once and sell the place?
Blaze is my partner. When he comes out, he's going to need a stake, and the B-bar M is it.
The tax collector don't grab it first.
What'd you say?
I said if the tax collector don't grab it first.
Listen, Slocum. That $75,000 that Blaze is accused of stealing was being sent out here by the government to pay for building the dam. Nobody knows what happened to the money. But a lot of folks are wondering why you and Bentley and Jenkins have been going around buying up land from a lot of ranchers discouraged enough to sell and they know they can't get any water on it.
Well, Dead Falls property's a good investment. Someday the government will build another dam. When it does, we'll cash in.
Well, you ain't gonna cash in on the B-bar M.
Bentley said to tell you that Blaze Barker just got parole from the pen. He's on his way here to Dead Falls.
Did you hear that, Slocum? Blaze is coming home. Hey, you forgot to pay me.
Charge it.
Charge it? You ain't got no account here. Hey, Johnny! 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 I thought I'd find you in there. Wake up! Wake up! Blaze is coming home.
Blaze is coming home.
That bath will just cost you $1.
But I didn't want no bath.
Well, then why did you turn on the water? Hey, don't bring that out in here. My flowers need water. Now, you wring your clothes out over that there flower bed.
You mean these spinning little old weeds?
Oh, them spinning little old weeds is going to be worth their weight in gold some one of these days. It ain't everybody that can invent a talcum powder plant. When you get yourself all wrung out, you beat it out to the ranch and bring Jimmy and Scotty back pronto. I want some music to welcome Blaze.
Where are you going?
For the next half hour, I'm going to be the town crier. I know a certain little lady that's going to be very glad to hear the news.
Well, I'll consider Mr. Bentley's offer, Doug, but I doubt if I could sell the Vista Grande Ranch as much as I like to be rid of the worry of it.
Well, Joan, if you change your mind, let me know. I can probably get a better price from the bank than you can.
You'd never guess, you'd never guess. Blaze had been paroled.
Are you sure, Angus?
That's what I heard. Boy, am I going to do the high jinks. I sent Johnny out to get the rest of the hands. We're going to give Blaze a welcome he'll never forget.
Well, we'll all celebrate. I'll give a party out at my ranch. We'll show Blaze his friends still believe in him.
You don't know how glad I am to hear you say that, Joan. I was afraid maybe the 2 years had changed your way of thinking.
Oh, you know nothing could do that. Angus, we've got a lot of things to do before the stage comes in.
Everybody out. Step lively. All right, Shorty. Back inside.
Yes, sir.
Parker, we're going to take you along with us on a little one-way ride.
Show's over, gents. Start reaching.
The fireworks are all over, Shorty. Jump back in.
Yes, sure.
Thanks, partner.
Forget it, Blaze. I needed the target practice. I'm getting a little rusty.
I'd sure hate to be on the other end of your gun when you're really in trim.
My name's Fargo Steele.
I'm mighty glad to know you.
I'm headed for Dead Falls.
Good, so am I. Climb in. All right, driver.
The stage is late. What time is it, Doug?
4:15. Why don't you look at your own watch?
Huh? Well, my pocket's too rough. It might get scratched.
Here comes the stage now.
Welcome home.
Angus, you old son of a gun. It's good to see you. Hello, Blaze. Glad you're back. Oh, Joe, I was hoping you'd be here.
You knew I would be Blaze.
Oh, Angus, how is the ranch coming along?
Oh, I'm hanging on to it by my eyebrow. Turned barber to raise enough money to keep the taxes paid up. Bentley and his pals are trying to force me to sell, though.
They would. Guess I better have a talk with them.
Oh, it won't do you no good. They skipped town just as soon as they heard you was headed back home. Nobody knows where they went.
Oh, folks, I want you to meet Fargo Steele. Fargo, this is Miss Winter.
How do you do?
Pardon me, folks. Blaze, you made a lot of threats before you left Dead Falls a couple of years ago. Are you still figuring on trying to carry them out?
I'm going to try and prove that I was framed, if that's what you mean.
Don't forget you're still on parole. You can't wear a gun or you can't get yourself in any trouble. Otherwise, you'll have to go back to the state prison to finish your sentence.
Sheriff, for your own information, the stage was held up an hour ago by 3 masked men. They were out to get me. If it hadn't been for Fargo Steele here, they would have.
Fargo Steele, huh?
Yes, sir.
What are you doing in Dead Falls?
Thought maybe I'd find myself a job.
Your reputation ain't any too good around here. Don't get out of line. This is a law-abiding town, and I aim to keep it that way. That warning goes for you, too, Blaze.
I've arranged a big homecoming party for you at the ranch, Blaze. All of your friends will be there.
Well, that's mighty nice of you, Joan.
I'm expecting you too, Mr. Steele.
Thank you. I'll be there.
Afternoon, Miss Winters. I heard you was giving a little party, and I thought I might get myself an invite.
Certainly, Mr. Jason. We'd be glad to have you.
Say, ain't you the hombre that just got paroled from the state prison? The gent who stole $75,000 from the express company's office a couple years ago?
I'm on parole, but that doesn't mean I stole the money. What's it to you?
Oh, nothing much. Except I've been wanting to meet up with you. I work for Jonathan Bentley, and I understand you threatened to take care of him as soon as you got out of the pen.
Why, I might have said something like that during the trial, but I'm not looking for trouble now.
You were plenty tough when you could pack a 6-gun, weren't you? But now that you've got to depend on your fist, you sing a different tune. Well, I don't like ex-convicts. I'm going to run you out of this town right now.
I told you I wasn't looking for trouble.
I thought he was yellow.
Hold on, Jason. Picking on a man that's been locked up in a 2x4 cell for the last 2 years ain't exactly my idea of fun.
Why, you...
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Now go on.
You heard what the lady said. Start moving.
Prison sure must have broken him. Yeah, he ain't the same old Blaze.
Imagine him being scared.
Don't worry about it, Blaze. You'll be yourself in a week or so, and then you can just wallop the tar out of that Jason bird.
I'm sorry that had to happen, Blaze.
Glad to see you, Slocum. I'll buy you a drink. Kentucky bourbon, Mike.
Well, I sure need it. That trip was plenty dusty.
Well, this will wash it down for you. Say, look who's sitting behind you.
Well, if it ain't my ex-convict friend, Blaze Barker.
Yeah, but without the blade.
I thought you left town, Slocum. When did you get back? Just now? I'm gonna celebrate by kicking you out of my saloon.
I'll take that, Blaze. You're under arrest for violating parole.
I was only defending myself, Sheriff.
But you can't arrest him. Doug, you're an attorney. You know the law.
The law gives every man the right to defend himself when attacked. Yeah, well, Barker started the trouble.
You're a liar, Slocum. I saw the entire fight, Sheriff, and kept this hombre from shooting Blaze in the back. Slocum and Jason figured they had a weakling to deal with. From the looks of things, I think they were a little mistaken.
What about this gun? You know that men on parole are not supposed to have firearms in their possession?
He took it from Slocum.
I think that Slocum, Jason, and Lem should be arrested. Don't forget that Blaze Barker was unarmed when he came in here.
I'll let you go this time, Blaze. You'll give me your word not to do any more fighting.
I can't do that, Sheriff. I came back here to clear my name and place the real guilt where it belongs. The men I'm after know that, and they're not going to stop until I'm out of the way.
Well, I guess according to the law, you have paid for whatever crime you committed. You have a right to live and act like any other citizen. I reckon I can't jail you for protecting yourself. From now on, Slocum, I want you to leave him alone. Do you understand that? Now break it up in here.
That's smart, Blaze, pretending to be a coward so the men you were after would come back to town.
Yeah, I bet old Slocum and Jason were really surprised when you tangled with them.
They were more than surprised, Angus. They were absolutely floored.
They were absolutely floored. Did you? Say, you're pretty quick on the trigger, ain't you?
Thanks, Fargo, for helping me out of another tough jam. It's kind of getting to be a habit of yours.
These are the folks you want to thank. They talked the sheriff into letting you go.
I know, and I won't forget, Doug. Angus, I'll meet you in Fargo at the barber shop a little later. Then we'll go out and round up what cattle we got left.
I'll send Jimmy and the boys over to help you, Blaze.
What you up to now, Blaze?
I'm going to make a little social call. See you folks later.
I still can't believe it, Jonathan. If I'd have suspected anything like this, I never would have come back.
None of us would. We played right into Barker's hands just the way he figured.
Well, then we've got to take care of Barker right away.
I might have something to say about that, Mayor. This is a real pleasure. Finding so many of my friends together saves me the trouble of looking them up.
What do you want?
As if you didn't know. You men framed me. You testified you saw me run out of the express office the night it was robbed for $75,000. The fact that the money was never recovered didn't prevent a jury of your friends from convicting me. I spent 2 years in the pen, 730 days, 17,520 hours. I know. I counted each one of them. And that's a long time out of a man's life, especially if he's innocent. Now listen. You are going to pay for all those days and hours. Here's a little token to remember me by. Not that you'll ever have a chance to forget. Now listen, all of you. Don't try to leave town again. If you do, I'll know when you start.
His calling card, eh? I had no idea he was clever enough to trap us as he did.
He's not only clever, Doug, he's dangerous. The rest of the boys agree with me something ought to be done to put him out of the way.
I'll handle Barker when the time comes, Jonathan. Don't forget, I'm his best friend and will know every move he intends to make.
But we can't afford to wait. He wasn't joking when he left that concho, Doug. Maybe we better divide up the $75,000 and head for parts unknown.
Every bank and every store in this part of the country has the serial number on that express currency. If we try to spend any of it, we'll all be nabbed.
We went through a lot of trouble getting it.
Yes, and for one reason, to keep a dam from being built so we could gain control of every good ranch in the valley. When we put Blaze back in prison, we'll let the sheriff conveniently find that stolen money. Then the dam will go through and we'll be in a good spot to cash in.
Well, I hope you know what you're doing. Why didn't you let the sheriff lock him up after that fight in the saloon?
Wouldn't have done any good. He had the law on his side and would have been out in an hour. When we put him away, it'll be for a long time. Blaze and Angus are going to sell off their few remaining cattle to meet the back taxes on their place. Isn't there a traveling cattle buyer in town we know pretty well?
Sure, Steve Bannister. Well, what good will that do us?
You'll find out. Get a hold of Bannister and tell him I want to see him.
I hope you're right.
Beckoning from up above. Adios, adios, vaquero. Gonna miss your friendly joking when the campfire's burning low. Gonna feel so sort of lonely for the friends I used to know. Keep on wondering if they'll saddle up and meet me by and by. I don't know much about the old corral they saved up in the sky. Adios, vaquero. Daylight's fading, skies grow pale. I'm traveling up the Stardust Trail. Adios, adios, vaquero.
Hello, Jimmy. You boys been waiting long?
Oh, not very long. This is Steve Bannister, cattle buyer from Kansas. He rode out here to see you.
Howdy. How you do, sir?
I heard you and your partner were going to sell a few head of cattle, and I thought I might make a bid on them.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, only we don't know how many of the critters we can find.
I'll be at the Dead Falls Hotel for the next few days. When you get the herd rounded up, let me know. I'm paying top prices and taking the responsibility of driving them to the railroad.
Hey, top prices. We're in luck.
We'll have to locate them before we can sell them, Angus. that looks like about all of them. What's the count?
Let's see. The tally says 55 head.
Good. Jimmy, keep them bedded down here for a while. I'll take the tally into town and collect the money from Bannister.
I'm going with you. We got to pay the taxes on the ranch pronto, and we ain't got much time.
I don't believe you'll need me around here anymore. I think I'll go into town and see if we can land me a steady job.
Well, thanks for helping us out, Fargo.
Forget it.
Bye.
Them sneaking rats, they got Blaze. Hey, Blaze! Are you still in one piece?
I'm all right. I was just playing possum.
He was just playing possum. I thought you was a goner that time. Go on.
How'd you happen along, Fargo? I thought I left you with the cattle.
I decided to go to town. Figured you and Angus didn't need me anymore.
That's where you figured wrong. You sort of become my bodyguard. This makes 3 times you've helped me out of a scrape.
Well, maybe I want to keep you alive.
Don't hurt my feelings any.
I might have known you birds would pull a stunt like that. I told you to leave Barker to me.
I didn't have anything to do with it, Doug.
I didn't either, Doug. Matter of fact, I was terribly shocked to hear the news of his death.
Now, cut out the play acting, Mary. You'd have knocked him off yourself when you didn't have the nerve. Might as well keep your shirt on, Doug. We're all in this together. We had to get Barker before he got us. Now we don't have to worry.
Now you've got twice as much to worry about. When Blaze Barker's body is found, the law's going to start asking you men plenty of questions, and some of them are going to be hard to answer.
That's where you come in. You're going to furnish us with a watertight alibi.
Hey, listen, look here.
I thought you told us he was dead.
Well, I thought he was.
We'll all be ruined. Fargo Steele and Angus will verify Blaze's story that you and Jason attacked him.
We never got close enough to him to be recognized. And besides, we wore masks.
I hope you're right, Jason.
Well, I'm not going to wait around here to find out. I'm taking what cash I've got, and I'm getting out of this town for good.
Don't be an idiot. By next week, Barker will be back in prison.
By next week, I'll be across the line and into another state.
Say, maybe we all better leave Dead Falls, huh?
Nonsense. We've covered our tracks thoroughly. We may have to do something about Bentley, though. I've got a hunch he'll talk out of turn if a little pressure's put on him.
He's got a yellow streak a yard wide.
Well, let's not cross our bridges till we come to him.
You fellas get out. And use the back door.
Yeah. The full amount is $830, Mr. Barker.
There you are.
There's your receipt.
Thank you.
But you're glad to get these back taxes paid up. A few more days and your ranch would have been up for sale. Did you have much trouble getting hold of this money?
Oh, I just sold a few head of cattle, that's all. Thank you.
Well, 704, 05, 06, 07.
I got to see Texas just once more. Never been so lonely in my life before. I got to be where my mind is free. All this traveling round and round ain't for me. I'll see my mother and my sweet darling too. And then the sunshine really will come shining through. I got a gal waiting there alone in that dear old Lone Star State I call home. I got to see Texas just once more, and I won't be sad and blue anymore.
Yeah. Smell that.
Terrible.
Terrible? Say, you don't know what you're talking about.
What'd you ask me for?
Because I thought you had an ounce of horse scent. Say, that's the greatest discovery of the century. Sweet-smelling powder made from homegrown talcum powder plate. Boy, just think of it. I crossed milkweed with lemon verbena and soap plate. Then I dried the flowers and ground them all up. Oh, boy. When I get this on the market, I'll be a millionaire.
Hello, Fargo. Sheriff.
Why, hello, Sheriff. What can I do for you today, Sheriff? Shave, shampoo, haircut, bath, or all of them put together?
I'll just settle for a bath today.
Well, that'll be $1 in advance and an extra for the soap and towel.
How much extra?
Oh, 25 cents for the soap, 15 cents for the towel.
Why, you robber, I won't pay it.
Well, just a minute, Sheriff. Seeing as you, I'll cut the price a little. Say 20 cents for the soap and 15 cents for the towel.
Now, ain't you generous? I can get a whole bar of soap for a nickel.
All right, then I'll put the towel in for nothing.
Sounds like an auction sale.
Oh, you stay out of this, Fargo. Now, this is my last offer. 15 cents for the soap, and I'll throw the towel in free.
And this is my last offer. Bath, soap, and towel included, $1.
Oh, I'll be losing money. I'll tell you what I'll do, Sheriff. I got a soap plant out in the backyard. You can use that. It's just good soap. It's better than soap. Stay here now. Don't go away. I'll be right back.
Oh, dang.
Hi, Sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
Your deputy said I'd find you here. Take a look at that, will you?
Yeah. Some of the stolen express money, huh? Where'd you get it?
From Blaze Barker. He just paid his back taxes. He told me that he sold some cattle.
Well, that's right. I helped him round them up.
Who'd he sell them to?
Steve Bannister, a buyer from Kansas.
Bannister. Well, that's funny. Bannister never started to travel around these parts of the country up until 6 months ago. No, it ain't likely that he had anything to do with this robbery.
Well, besides, he wouldn't be dumb enough to come back to the same town to try to get rid of some of that money.
Are all these bills listed here?
No, only $350 out of $830.
What?
Yeah.
Blaze is pretty smart, huh? Sells a few cows, and then he takes the stolen currency and mixes it in with the good money. Probably figuring that you wouldn't notice it. Well, I'm going to hold these. Keep this under your hat.
Sure will, Sheriff.
Thanks. Well, there's no question at all, Fargo, that Blaze is the man you're after.
Well, I find it kind of hard to believe, Sheriff. You know, I've gotten pretty well acquainted with Barker since the Marshal's office arranged for his parole and assigned me to follow him.
I'd have bet my last dollar on his innocence. What's your next move? I'm going to give Blaze the benefit of the doubt until I have more evidence. He claims that Bentley, Slocum, and Jenkins framed him. And we know definitely that he's been attacked 2 or 3 times by unidentified men. Now, I'd like to find out why. Suppose we bring those 3 hombres in for questioning. You think we'd find out something? No. They're too smart. I'll tell you what you do, though, Sheriff. You keep Mayor Jenkins away from his office this afternoon. I'm going to search it. I'll talk him into a poker game off the lucky try. Come on.
You're in a mighty big hurry, Angus. What's the trouble?
Everything. Part of that money you used to pay the back taxes was from the express robbery.
Why, it couldn't be. I got it from Bannister.
Well, then he must be mixed up in the robbery, and that ain't all. Fargo Steele is a United States Marshal.
Now I know you're loco. According to the sheriff, Fargo is a gunman and not any too well liked by the law.
Oh, Fargo and the sheriff are working together. The marshal's office arranged your parole, figuring that you knew where the $75,000 was hidden. They put Fargo on your trail to watch you.
Well, in that case, I've got to work fast. You beat it back to town, keep your eyes open. I'm going after Bannister. If he didn't steal the money, he'll tell me who did, or else.
Under the western sky, watching the lonely cloud roll by. Trail dreaming, when my day's work is done, thinking about my only one. Dark shadows stealing across the blue. Tell me it's time to lasso a dream or two. Trail dreaming, out where my dreams come true. Riding the lazy range with you. Riding the lazy range with you.
Come and get it, boys.
Sure is too bad Blaze ain't here to get some of this grub. Joan didn't know Blaze wasn't here. We'd all gone hungry. Howdy, folks. Hi. This is Mr. Bannister, the fellow that bought the herd.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Blaze rode into town a couple hours ago. Did you see him?
Yeah. Here's a bill of sale for the cattle.
Well, it looks all right to me. We'll bunch up the steers and get them started right away.
Much obliged.
Just a minute, Bannister. I want to ask you a few questions about that money you paid me. Where did you get it?
What difference does that make?
Plenty. Some of those bills were stolen from the Dead Falls Express office 2 years ago.
Well, you were convicted of that robbery.
That doesn't mean I had anything to do with it. Now, you are going to start talking, and you're going to tell the truth. I'm going after him. Ride into town and be ready for trouble. Start talking. Where'd you get that money?
I'm not saying anything.
I'll make you a proposition. You tell me what I want to know, and I'll turn you loose. Otherwise, you'll never see Kansas again, alive.
All right. Doug Ransom gave it to me.
You're lying. Doug Ransom is my best friend.
That's what you think. He gave me $5,000 in stolen express money, and I agreed to plant some of it on you. The rest of the bills are in my coat pocket, on the back of the saddle.
I'll take a look at it. Get on that horse and start moving.
Talk me into this thing. Now, wait a minute. Look, if we can't go and have a friendly little game in my office, then let's just call the whole thing off.
Oh, what is the difference whether we play in your office or over at the Lucky Tribe? What do you say, Doug?
Well, the mayor's got a mighty comfortable place there.
You see?
All right, have your own way.
Funny, I don't remember locking the office when I left. You fellas sit down. I'll get the card.
Jonathan Bentley.
He's been sad.
Did you ever see a concho like that before, Doug?
That's the same kind of a concho Blaze Barker gave it.
I hate to say so, Sheriff. Looks like Blaze made good his threat to get even with Bentley.
We better keep this quiet for a while. Give me your keys, Cyrus. Get the coroner over here, Doug.
All right, Sheriff. Cyrus, I think you and I can stand a little drink.
Yeah, this is horrible, you know.
Get a chance to search the office?
Yeah. The only thing I discovered was Bentley's body. I had to get out when you and the others started unlocking the door.
I found this alongside the body. Looks like Blaze is the man we want, all right.
Clever murderer doesn't deliberately leave telltale clues behind.
Then you think that concho was planted there, say, to incriminate Barker by the real killer, maybe?
I'm not sure. The tax collector said that Blaze rode out of town right after paying his taxes.
He could have returned, too.
That's true. Well, I guess the only thing we can do is arrest him, hold him for questioning.
I'll have some of my deputies start combing the country. I'll let you hear from me later.
Say, it's about time you showed up. Did you catch Bannister?
I certainly did. And they did plenty of talking, too.
Was he mixed up in express robbery?
No, he was hired by Doug to plant the money on me.
Doug? Doug Ransom? Oh, he's the best friend you ever had. He defended you at the trial.
Yes, and I think that had something to do with my being convicted. If Bannister was really telling the truth, Doug, Bentley, Slocum, and Jenkins were all in on the express robbery, and I was the fall guy. Let's take a look at that, Angus. $5,000, all stolen money. Bannister says he got it from Doug.
Well, what do you know? Where's Bannister now?
I'll let him go.
You shouldn't have done that way. He could help clear you.
He's going to do more than that, Angus. I figured if I'd let him go, he'd come back here to tip off Doug. Then I could get the goods on both of them.
Well, I sure hope your plan works. Say, we got to get rid of these bills. If we're ever caught with them, it'll be just too bad.
You're caught with them all right, Angus. I'm sorry, Blaze, but you and Angus are under arrest. I'm from the United States Marshal's office.
Yes, I know. But you're all wrong thinking I stole that money. I took it from Bannister, who got it from Doug to plan on me.
Well, if you're telling the truth, you'll have plenty of chance to prove it in court. Start moving. I'm going to have to lock both of you up.
Now listen, Fargo. I've got everything set to trap Doug. And if you'll just give me a little time, I'll catch him red-handed with the rest of the stolen money.
Sure, you can't put us in jail. If you do, Doug will get rid of the money, and he'll never be able to clear himself.
Well, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do, boys, except turn you over to the sheriff. You know, Blaze, there's a murder charge against you, too.
Murder? Well, we ain't killed nobody.
Maybe not. Jonathan Bentley was found stabbed in the back in the mayor's office a few minutes ago. A silver concho with initials BB was on the floor beside him.
I couldn't have killed Bentley. I've been out of town for the past couple of hours and just got back. I caught Bannister and forced a confession from him.
And he'll be able to testify for you when you're tried. Let's go.
Time up, Angus. If Jim and the boys show up, send them to Doug's office. I might need them.
Hold you for a while. Anything I can do for you?
I came to take that bath we were talking about.
Oh, yeah, bath. Say, this is the middle of the week, Sheriff. Why don't you wait till Saturday?
You know, that's the first time I ever heard you try to talk yourself out of a sale. I need a bath, and I'm going to take it now.
Don't forget, you said you wouldn't pay extra for soap. Well, I just found out that them soap plants out in the backyard ain't doing so good.
And I brought my own soap.
Oh, you did, eh? Well, I ain't got much water, and you do look kind of dusty. I'll tell you what you do, Sheriff. You come around first thing in the morning, and I'll have everything all ready for you.
No, I don't take baths in the morning. I catch cold.
Oh, you catch a cold.
What's all the noise?
Must be rats. The building's plumb full of them.
I better have my deputies bring you over some rat poison.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be fine, Sheriff. I'll appreciate it very much.
Fetch me a towel, will you?
A towel? Well, I ain't got much water, Sheriff.
It won't take much water.
Sheriff. happened?
Blaze Barker and Angus tricked me when I tried to arrest them.
Yeah?
We've got to get the Doug Ransom's office quick. I'll tell you about it on the way.
You know, if you hadn't handled things your own way, Doug, this never would have happened.
Yeah, we should have plugged Barker when he first hit town. Your killing Bentley wasn't the smartest thing to do either. That silver conch I left by Bentley's body will pin the blame on Barker. As far as the express money is concerned, we can burn that right now and nobody will be the wiser.
Well, listen, Doug, what about the $5,000 that Blaze stole from Bannister? That ain't going to look very good in court, you know.
His word against Steve, he's on parole. No jury will believe him.
They won't have to believe me, Doug. I'll have the guilty men and plenty of evidence. I thought if I turned Bannister loose, he'd come back here to warn you. All right, Deacon, get their guns and throw them out the window. This is your last double cross, Doug. We've got a little business with the sheriff, and you can bring along that money. Now get moving.
Good thing you folks hit town. Follow me and keep your guns handy.
There's the stolen express money. And this is a gentleman that killed Bentley. And I don't think you'll have much trouble in getting him to put it in writing.
I think I see what you mean.
You can find Jason and Bannister over to Lucky Try.
Well, I guess this just about clears up everything, Blaze.
When I make my report to the parole board, I'll recommend a full pardon for you.
All right, let's get him out of here. Come on, Angus, give me your hand over here. Yeah, how's that for a shave? You're next, Fargo.
Oh, no, you don't.
Angus, you forgot one whisker.
I forgot one whisker. Now, how do you like that? I'll wear off 69 cents worth of my best razor to fix this bird up to look like a respectable bridegroom, and that's all it takes.
It couldn't be better, Angus. I couldn't have done much better with a lawnmower.
Oh, hello, Jerry.
Hello, Angus. I understand everything's free around here today. Does that include a bath?
It sure does.
Then I'll take one.
The bath's free, but the water costs $1.
Yeah? All right, boys.
All right, boys.
Fill it up.